Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We're here in Pastime Tattoo. I'm Ben Verhoek, and this is Tattooing with Ben. In today's video, we're going to go over what makes a really good client. Have you ever wondered if you're a good client? What even makes a good client? I'm going to show you in this video. So yeah, let's talk about what makes a good client. First things first, if you're getting tattooed, what makes a good client is someone who gets there on time. Nobody likes someone who gets there late. It throws off our whole entire schedule. All of my best clients are someone who is here on time. Yeah, sometimes getting there a little bit early could be nice. You could fill out the waiver while your tattooer's setting up and everything like that, and that's cool and all, but I will say showing up really early, it's not the greatest, because then it's kind of puts pressure on us. Maybe sometimes before the tattoo appointment, we're eating our lunch, but if our client comes in, we feel pressured to eat real fast and set up real fast and obligated to get ready for the tattoo early just because you got here early. Definitely don't be late. Maybe don't be super early, but on time is absolutely perfect. Another good thing that makes a really good client is having a vision of what you want to get tattooed, a general vision. When people come in and they have no idea what they want to get, it's not a fun game to play when you're like, okay, well, what about this? Nah. Okay, well, what about that? Nah, I don't like those things. Okay, well, what about this? Nah, I'm not really into that. It's really annoying when people come in and they don't know what they want, but they do know what they don't want. A really good client comes in with a general idea of what they want. They tell the tattooer, and they let the tattooer kind of do their thing and come up with a design based off of the rough idea that the client brings. Especially if you go to your tattooer because you like their specific style. Tell them, for instance, I want a heart with a dagger going through it. Very general idea, but your tattooer can take that idea, draw it their own way, and since you follow them for their style, you could trust in them that it's going to be something fucking sick. And yes, I know it's going to be on you forever. So yeah, sometimes tattoos, you want it to be exactly this way, that way. What makes a really good client, someone who trusts our artistic expertise and doesn't try to take the pencil out of our hand, so to speak, and be very specific. No, I want this line to be a little bit more curved, and I want this line to go up a little bit more, and just kind of micromanage the whole process, because at that point it's just like, here, why don't you draw it? Why don't you do the tattoos? You seem like you're the expert. Another thing that makes a really good client is someone who appreciates the artist's flash, their pre-drawn designs, their pre-painted designs. Some of tattooers' favorite things to tattoo is stuff that they've created or they've put out there that they want to tattoo. Some of their favorite clients are the ones that constantly come get the designs that they put out there. It makes the experience a lot more fun, not only for the client, but especially for the tattooer, because a lot of times the flash that they paint, they are just itching to tattoo. And when a client picks a design from their pre-drawn flash or painted flash, woo-wee, it lights a fire under their ass, and it's just like, adrenaline rush, because yes, that thing I painted a couple weeks ago or even like a year ago, I finally get to tattoo it. And that makes you really enjoy that client for doing that to you. Another thing that makes a good client is someone, once the tattoo is over, if they really appreciate the experience, they love the outcome, they leave a nice tip. Doesn't have to be something huge. Honestly, it doesn't have to be anything at all. We don't expect tips. It's never expected, but it's always appreciated. And tips aren't always monetary. It doesn't always have to be money. You know, I think I've mentioned before that sometimes sentimental things are cool too. Like maybe you want to buy your artist lunch for the day, or you bring a box of donuts or some kind of cookies or treats or whatever the fuck. If you know your tattooer likes to drink wine, bring them a bottle of wine. Or if your tattooer's like me and they like to smoke weed, stop at the dispensary and buy like an eighth of weed or something and give it to your artist as a tip. I sure love when that happens, that's for sure. Another thing that makes a good client is just a general good attitude. You know, someone who comes in, they're friendly, they have a lot of positivity that they exude. You know, someone who makes the tattooer feel good to be around. Nobody likes a rain cloud. Nobody likes someone who just bleeds negativity, brings the whole mood of the room down. You know, someone who's just generally friendly and positive. Another thing that makes a good client is someone who practices good hygiene. Very often that people come in here forgetting to put deodorant on or not brushing their teeth for a few days. And if you're tattooing someone real close, intimate experience, you're gonna smell that shit for hours, and it's not pleasant. It's very much appreciated when a client comes in clean, deodorant on, they brush their teeth, there's no odor coming from them. Very much appreciated. It makes a really good client. Another thing that makes a really good client is someone who appreciates the artist's work and shows it by leaving a nice review, whether it's on Yelp or Google reviews. This kind of thing helps the artist out a lot because a lot of people look to those review websites to find their next artist, and that's a great way for the client base to grow. So taking just, 1 minute, 2 minutes to write a nice review, doesn't even have to be a long one, it goes a long way and it's really appreciated. Another good thing that makes a really good client is someone who recommends the artist to a lot of their friends. Again, it just builds the client base. It shows that they appreciate your work and they're interested in helping you grow. Recommendations are like gold. As much as we're in an era where social media is huge, which it still is, the power of word of mouth is still very strong in this day and age as well. Recommending friends, bringing them to the shop to check it out, introducing them to the tattooer. It's really helpful and it doesn't go unnoticed. And another thing that makes a good client is supporting the artist even beyond getting tattooed, whether it's reposting their work online or buying some of their merchandise, whether it's prints of their artwork, original paintings, t-shirts, flashbooks, anything like that. I know when that stuff happens to me, it always sticks in my head that this person is extra special to me because, they're showing their support in more ways than just getting tattooed by me. How many of these apply to you? I mean, it doesn't have to be every single one of these things. You don't have to do all of these to be a good client. You could do a couple of these, one or two of these or whatever. Yeah, after seeing all this, do you consider yourself a good client? I also have other videos for clients so they could know the best ways to prepare for a tattoo, good tattoo etiquette, all these things that kind of go along with being a good client. And you can kind of find those right here. So yeah, check those out if you'd like. I appreciate you watching and I'll see you next time.